Good morning, everybody. What is going on? Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast for August 26, 2023. It is a Saturday. It is a very special day here, ladies and gentlemen, because today we are celebrating 15 years of YouTube history. Today is the day when we're going to go down memory lane and we're going to reminisce together. We're going to have fun. There's going to be food. There's going to be food. There's going to be booze. There's going to be chill. And there's going to be a lot of excitement. How are you all today? I hope I find you well. This is the podcast before the party. This is the pre-party. Yes, the pre-party. There actually used to be people who I knew who would be like, I'm going to a party, so I need to prepare for the party by partying. I'm not kidding. There'd be people who'd be like, oh, so I'm about to head to a party, so what I should do is I should pull out this giant handle of rum and do like 4 shots before I go to the party. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everyone. This is going to be a little bit different. Normally on the podcast, I have all these giant segments and I have all these things. We're not going to have much of that today. I think I have really like one quick news story to talk about. I'll go through the schedule, and that's really about it. We'll see what you guys want to chat about, because today is my 15-year anniversary retrospective marathon party over on my React channel, DSP Reacts. And you might say, well, why are you doing it over there if DSPGaming is this channel where you've had all this history? Why would you do it on DSP Reacts? Well, first of all, you may not realize this. DSP Reacts has been around as long as DSPGaming. It just used to be my vlogging channel, and I changed the name of it earlier this year. But it's actually been around exactly the same length of time. It's not like, oh, one's been only around for like a year and the other one's been around for, 13 years. It's actually not the case. But the fact that earlier this year, I separated these channels into gameplay, right, on this channel, and the podcast on this channel, but everything else on the other channel, including, food when I do some kind of an eating video, tier maker countdowns, long form react events for things like documentaries or special events like the Machinima thing that I just did last month, the weekly clip show, DSP versus the internet. We purposefully separated all of that content. And the vast majority of what we're going to be doing today is either me telling you about my history as a YouTuber or us watching back clips from my history as a YouTuber and essentially reacting to those together. So it makes sense to have that content over on the React channel, all right? Which is weird. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, man, you should just have it here. Yeah, but that way this channel doesn't get flooded. I mean, just in the last couple of days, we just had the premiere of Armored Core 6. We're finishing up games like GTA 5. We're about to have the premiere of Starfield in less than a week. And the last thing I would want is to do my 15-year anniversary special and then people have it be overshadowed by all the gameplay that I'm putting out, you see? But don't worry. Those of you who are here, when this podcast ends, you'll see a pop-up that'll say, hey, head over to DSP Reacts, and I'll be posting up both on my social media as well as on my community pages that's where it is, and people will be able to watch it, after the fact. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I think that people will be able to find it and watch it. It's not, it's not going to be hard to find or anything. But anyway, I'm very excited because today we're going to have a nice, chill, relaxed vibe here on my streams. There is no pressure to complete any gameplay. I don't have to rush to finish something in a set amount of time. We can go, as late as we want to go, and that's fine. In addition, we've got great food coming up. My wife is going to make an amazing spread of backyard barbecue style food for dinner today. Essentially, we're going to have a dinner together. She wanted to be a part of this event just like she was the last 2 marathons, and that's how she's going to contribute. That's going to be awesome, okay? Now, before we get started, all right, one of the things I told you about yesterday was that today we were going to do something called Pick Your Poison. And I really hope you guys don't kill me, all right? So here's how it's going to work. Just like previous marathon events, if I receive a large contribution during today's streams, I will take a shot of some kind of liquor. And for the first time ever, it just so happens I have 4 different kinds of liquor to try today, and whoever does the large contribution gets to choose what kind of liquor I'm going to take the shot of. All right? So, allow me to show you what we have today. Okay? Number 1, I already showed it. It is rum, although this is coconut flavored rum. And the reason I have this is because I'm going to be making a mixed drink. That's a space drink. You're going to see it's kind of like in honor of Starfield coming up in less than a week. I'm going to make this special mixed drink that I'm going to have in the intro to the party that's going to happen over on DSP Reacts. That first hour, I'm going to be talking about, how I came about being a YouTuber and stuff like that. And during that hour, I'm going to be having, this in the drink. It's going to be a lot of the drink is coconut flavored rum. So that's one thing that we've got. Coconut flavored rum, okay? The next thing that we've got, you guys already know about, because this one I had during one of the last events, this Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, okay? So we still got this so we can do a shot of. If you guys want to see me have some bourbon, which actually it's quite good. I liked it last time around, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, something that I've had in the house for a while, a few months now, and every once in a while on a nice night when my wife and I want to relax, we just make a margarita from it. Jose Cuervo tequila, okay? So we got the Cuervo going, tequila, very nice. And then, last but certainly not least, all right, something that I've actually not even had, all right? Something that I bought at the liquor store, and I haven't tried it yet, but let me tell you, it smells really good. It's another component of when I'm going to make this space drink. It is called Grande Garone Superior Orange and Cognac Liquor. Okay? It smells It's got orangey zest to it, but it's rich. It's not sweet. Like a lot of these orange liquors are really sweet. This one is definitely not. It's cognac with this orange flavor to it. So it smells great, and this is another one of the components of that space drink, and I haven't even had any of it yet. I don't even know what it tastes like. Okay, hopefully it's good. You would think it was, wasn't cheap. So hopefully it's pretty good. So those are the options for today. Okay. We've got the rum, the orange liqueur, the bourbon, or the tequila. So if you do a $100 tip today, which is what we've always had it be, I will do a shot of whichever one that you have chosen. Now, please understand there's constraints to this. This is not Phil drinks himself into the hospital. That's not what this is. This is a celebration today, all right? So much like previous marathons, if I end up getting a bunch of tips in a short period of time, I am not going to be drinking 6 shots back to back and then be passed out here in my chair. That's stupid. I will pace myself. And if I need to suspend it and say, guys, I can't do any more right now, I got to let you know, and I'm going to be fair and transparent about it. It's not going to be I overpromise and I underdeliver, okay? So please understand, we've got to be realistic here. This is a marathon event today where we're going to be chilling. There's a lot going on. It's not going to be just about me drinking all day and getting drunk and stupid and sloppy. However, I do have some snacks if I do need them. Like if I end up having a couple of shots and I'm feeling a little buzzed, I've got, just listen to this, all this stuff I got. I got some Popcorners chips. I've got some baked Lay's chips. I've got popcorn. I can actually make a bag of like microwave popcorn, Pop Secret popcorn. I've got these like crackers, various different kinds of crackers. I got like club crackers, and I got these other ones that are like Parmesan crisps. I've also got some granola bars. So I've got like a ton of snacks that if I need to negate the effects of this alcohol over the course of the day, I can do that. All right. Also, around between 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is normally when my stream ends and I have dinner, I'm going to be having dinner together with you, and it's going to be a big backyard barbecue feast, including slow cooker barbecue pulled chicken on like a Hawaiian like slider roll, homemade mashed potatoes, homemade baked beans, and homemade cornbread. So pretty darn cool that my wife is going to be going all out doing a 4-course meal for us today for the event. So I'm very excited for that. Obviously, I love her cooking, and the fact that we're going to have all this food to have together and have this awesome meal around halfway through the event will be excellent. I'm very excited for that, okay? So how it's going to work is we're going to do this podcast. Honestly, I don't think this podcast will be as long as the usual one, because usually this lasts about 90 minutes. We don't have a lot. There's not a lot of game news or anything to talk about today outside of the schedule or whatever. A little update on Street Fighter 6. There's really not that much to talk about today. So likely this show will be a little bit on the slower side. And then we'll head over to DSP Reacts. And the first segment, I'm going to have my space drink while I tell you about my history as a YouTuber. It's going to be an interesting trip down memory lane, talking about the early days of being a YouTuber and how, how I thought about it back then and how different my life was back then. Man, was it different. And how things have changed for the better, and, what it was like being a YouTuber in the beginning versus then kind of adapting and then changing, and then how the attitudes on YouTube changed and everything at one point. And essentially that, how things have gone for 15 years and how I'm still here, right? So that's going to be fun. Probably about an hour segment, I would think, for that story. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be interactive. This is not just me talking to you all day. This is going to be a very interactive stream. I'll be answering things people are asking me in the chat. We'll be having conversation back and forth. It's going to be a lot more open and relaxed than me just, sitting here telling a whole story or anything like that. Then, once we finish that segment, we're going to go to the clips that you guys have nominated over the last 3.5 weeks. You guys have been nominating your favorite moments, and I checked it out. There were over 50 moments nominated. Now, here's the thing. Some of them I literally just can't play. And it sucks because some of them are really good, but they have music in them that back in the day I used to just have licensed music in my content. And I'm nervous. Like there's one video I absolutely want to watch, but I have the feeling the whole stream might get shut down. Right? So it really does suck that would be the case. What's funny is, this is hilarious. We got people, someone says, will you do cheaper amounts for the weaker drinks? None of these are weaker. Literally, they're all okay. The Bacardi rum is 35% liquor, and all the others are 40. There's no weaker liquor here. They're all around exactly the same. People, can I get a discount on a shot? No, you can't get a discount. What do you think this is? We're not some marketplace where we're going to negotiate prices here. All right. Anyway, I just touched the rum, and now my hand is sticky. Dang it. Hold on a second. I probably should get like a I should get a like a paper towel or something here. Hold on. That's much better. Okay. See, so here's Dabhand says, could you mute the clips with the copyrighted music and explain the moment? See, we could, but I'll tell you right now, it ain't gonna be the same. Like, one of the ones I want to watch today is Suicide Kings, but it's all copyrighted music, it's all licensed music. If I play that, probably the whole stream will get muted. It's like, we'll see. I made a playlist of, I think it's like 49 different clips. Some of them I couldn't put in there. I knew it wasn't gonna work, but I put a lot of them in there, and we're going to watch back together. We're going to celebrate. We're going to, enjoy. And some other ideas. So let's say we get through all the clips. Realistically, I don't think we will. Because realistically, this is not like DSP versus the internet, where we watch a couple minutes of each clip. This is going to be a situation where likely these clips will be watching a lot of some of them. Like, some of these are like DSP tries-its and stuff like that. I know that what's going to end up happening is it's going to take a longer time to get through a lot of these. But if we happen to get through all of them, a couple other ideas of things to do, I say we could go back and, just for the sake of history, watch like part 1 of Project 7. I don't think we have to watch the whole series, but maybe just watch one of it and just kind of reminisce about it. Or I could do a little bit of gameplay of Street Fighter or something like that at the end of the stream if we're getting kind of tired out and you just want a little bit of gameplay for the day. There's various things that we can do, okay? So we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. I will be streaming, starting right now all the way through between sometimes 7, 8 p.m. tonight. With limited breaks. I mean, there'll be breaks for me to use the restroom. There'll be breaks, obviously, for me if I need a snack because I'm drinking too much, or, to get dinner and stuff like that. But there will not be any, long, extended breaks during this event. It'll be more so just me streaming almost all day long. Now, another thing, okay? Right now, we're on DSPGaming. And all contributions that come in, we already have contributions that have come in, just for the record, and I will shout those out. As you know, on the podcast, I shout those out, second half of the podcast, and interact and put the leaderboards updated and everything. I will continue to update this leaderboard over the course of the day, and this leaderboard, just like when we do a DSP versus the internet, this leaderboard will carry over to the event on DSP Reacts. It's not like, oh, I received a bunch of tips and they don't count for later today. No, they will. But here's the thing. Okay? I don't know what you guys would want for rewards. Like, for example, I could wear a hat today if you really want me to. But do you really want me to see me wearing a hat for 8 hours you know what I mean? Do you want to have a day where we have these rewards for tips and we swap them out? Do you want to have a day where we just don't do rewards for tips because I'm already, we already have a party going on and everything, and I'm drinking and everything? I don't know. It's really up to you guys. We'll talk about it, obviously, when we get to that point. Do we have enough to have a hat? Do you want to vote on a hat? What hat do you want? Do we want to do a swap? Because what we've done in previous marathons is, so at $100, I put on a hat of your choice. At $150, I put on a vest. The thing is, today I'm wearing this nice big shirt. I don't even know if a vest would go well on it. I don't know, And then at $200, then we swap to a different hat. And at $250, you can vote for a different vest, you see? Plus, I'll be honest, I just don't think I want to wear a vest all day either. Like, maybe I'll wear it for some of the event, but I don't think I want to be wearing it all day either. The whole point is that this is supposed to be a relaxed party atmosphere, not be wearing a bunch of fucking clothes and shit, but we'll see what happens, okay? Anyway, so just to reiterate, podcast here, then we head over to DSP Reacts, intro segment of about an hour, where I'll talk about my history as a YouTuber. I'm going to have a special drink for that. And then we're going to do the React segment where we're going to be watching back all your nominations of your favorite moments. And then after that, we do whatever we want at the end. Whether we watch a little bit more if we have time, or we do some gameplay or whatever. We'll see. There'll also be food in the middle of the event for dinner and snacks. Okay? So there you go. That's what's happening. All right? So, and every $100 tip, that's what I'm going to take a shot. Okay? And so I will start with shout-outs in just a bit. But before we get to that, really quick, I just want to take a very brief moment to say rest in peace to Bob Barker, who, to me, was actually a big part of my childhood. Because growing up, my favorite game show on television was The Price is Right. And I used to watch this every day when I was a kid. In the morning, it would be on every weekday, Monday through Friday, and Bob Barker was the host. And, I mean, it's a legendary show. He hosted it for 35 years until finally Drew Carey took over when he retired. What's funny about it is he was old when I was young. So when I was in single digits of age, this guy was already old hosting The Price is Right. Here I am, I'm 41 years old. And he just passed away, apparently overnight, 99 years old. Holy moly. This guy lived a million years. It's like, what was his secret? Really what we need to do, we need to start analyzing people who have found the way to longevity, don't we? We need to really start looking at them and be like, how did they make it that long, right? I wonder, was it diet? Was it exercise? Was it chemicals, right? A cocktail of special chemicals. Who knows, right? I really would like to know, what is it that made him so, enduring? But, I mean, he was a humongous part of a lot of people's childhoods. Whenever you were sick, home from school, watching The Price is Right during the daytimes. And then, a lot of people know him from the Happy Gilmore movie in the late 90s where he beat up Adam Sandler, which was a very funny scene at the time. Today you watch it, you're like, it's kind of silly. But at the time, you have to understand that it was hilarious. He wasn't in anything else but The Price is Right. That was it. And then they actually got him in this movie beating up Adam Sandler. It was funny. So, yeah. Good stuff. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. To a great life, right? Always a lifelong advocate for, pets. I remember he would always say, remember to get your pet spayed or neutered and help protect the pet population. That was, his big catchphrase that he always said at the end of The Price is Right. But he was also a funny guy. I really liked watching The Price is Right when I was a kid. Canadian Kirk said, what was your favorite game on The Price is Right? Let's see. Man, there were so many good ones. Let me think about this. I liked the one where they would punch the holes. It was a wall of holes covered in paper, and they would punch through the holes and pull out the amounts. I liked that one for some reason. I don't know why. It was the simplest game, but I thought it was fun. I like the one with the yodeler. Yodelay, 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 yo. And then he would fall off the edge of the cliff and die. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I don't blame you, but it was still a fun game. And of course, everyone's going to say Plinko. Yeah, Plinko was always epic, where they would take the round chip and it would plink down, and you see, what you would get. Would you hit the big money and the big prize, or would you get 0 all the time, right? That was good. And what else? Man, there were so many games on that show. Obviously, Showcase Showdown was always awesome. And, of course, the wheel was always awesome. Because the wheel, you get people who get dead lucky and freaking hit the dollar, and then they win, a ton of money and stuff. So, good stuff. I really liked the show. I thought it was amazing. If you never saw The Price is Right, there's a zillion clips of it on YouTube you can watch. Montages of the best moments and things. The show is very entertaining. And again, I watched it, probably no exaggeration, as I was growing up. Probably 15 years of my life. It was always the thing that was on during the weekdays. So, rest in peace to Bob Barker. Epic man. And someone who was a part of a lot of people's lives, that's for sure. Okay. So, awesome. And now, I guess what we will do, very briefly, all I want to do is very briefly touch upon Street Fighter 6. Listen, I know you guys are a lot of people are so tired of Street Fighter 6, all right? Here's what I want to say. At this point in Street Fighter 6, here are my goals moving forward, all right? I'm not going to be able to play Street Fighter 6 a lot moving forward. At most, maybe 3 times a week on late streams. Hopefully at least 2 a week, okay? With that being said, it means I don't have a lot of time to do much with Street Fighter 6. I'd like to play more World Tour mode. I'm not going to be able to play it all the time. I'd like to play with more characters. I'm not going to have time to do that. We have all these new releases coming out and everything. And all I can do is play in the time that I have while balancing all the other new games that people are going to want to see, because now we're heading into the busy fall gaming season, okay? So all that being said, I understand that as I play Street Fighter 6, I'm not going to get to play as much. I'm going to get more rusty. I'm not going to do as well as I was doing when I was playing it, these big 3.5-hour streams, tons of times a week. At the same time, I've noticed when I play late at night, just being honest, it's a different experience than playing during the daytime. When I play during the daytime, typically, I would just have a better time. And I don't know if it was because I wasn't exhausted, because I was fresh and it was the first thing I was doing during the day. Maybe there was just a different player base during the daytime or whatever. But I've distinctly noticed now, after playing 2 night streams of Street Fighter 6 ranked versus daytime streams, it's a different experience. When I'm playing at night, every fucking tryhard on the planet picking a top tier and just playing a bullshit safe pattern plays at night. There is next to no variety. It's a gauntlet of Kens and fucking, Kens, juries, DJs, camis, all the same players over and over playing exactly the same. There's no difference. I just played 2 nights in a row. I played Blanca and then I played Honda. It was like same player base, same players, no variety, same boring shit. And it's just, the truth of the matter is that when I was playing this over the summer and I was playing it as daytime streams, we were seeing variety and we were seeing a lot of fun. Now you barely ever see variety. It's mostly Kens with a little bit of variety mixed in, but it's always top tiers and they all play exactly the same. And you might say, well, I don't get it. If they all play the same, why can't you just win? Because that's not how Street Fighter 6 works. I play mid-tier characters. The only top-tier character I even tried was Luke, and I haven't played him in a month. So I'm not using him right now. All right? Both Blanca and Honda are mid-tier characters who don't have the advantages of the top tiers. So when you're facing a top tier, you need to literally be perfect. Make 0 mistakes. Don't drop any combos or do any erroneous moves. And don't ever fall for anything. You must control the game entirely. If you control the game entirely, you can steamroll these scrubs. Because it's actually what they are. They're scrubs. They don't understand the ins and outs of fighting games. They don't even get fighting game fundamentals. What they've done is they've purposefully selected a character that's very easy to play online. They learned a basic pattern that works about 80% of the time, and they just repeat that pattern. All right? Your goal is to be the 20% of people that are good enough to get around the pattern and show them that they don't know how to play the game. So I do my best to do that, okay? But if once a move drops, once a combo drops, if one mistake is made, they get lucky, which happens, they guess. They get insane advantage. Just to give you some perspective here, I'm picking E Honda, okay? If I happen to catch someone off guard and I get a big combo, the most damage I'm going to do with E Honda is around 35% damage. Now, E Honda does have bigger combos. If you combo his level 3 super, then you can get upwards of around 50% damage. But that's all you're going to get with Honda, okay? And that's in a rare situation. If you literally walk up to someone and do a low kick with Ken, you get 30 to 40% damage. You don't need super. You don't need anything. That's just Ken. I hit you once with a random hit, and I take over 1/3 of your health bar because I'm Ken. It's not because they're good. It's not because they're skilled. It's basic bullshit. The character is overpowered. So it's crazy uphill battle trying to do anything in Street Fighter 6 at this point with Blanca or Honda. It's different than even a month or two ago when people had not seen EVO, when people had not seen countless tournaments where people were playing the top tiers and dominating and learned these top tier strategies with them. It's very different now. Now the game has evolved to the point where we're 3 months in. The meta is being established. Ken is way the fuck up here. Like, way up here. Did you know that in the top 100 players of Street Fighter 6, 16 of them are Kens? 16 of them are Kens. And then after that, it's like way down, the next like 10 people less is the next character. There's a reason for that, okay? So the point I'm making here is it's just not going to be easy going anymore. There used to be streams where I would sit there and dominate. And I don't feel like at the level I'm at with Honda and Blanca, that's just not going to happen anymore. So case in point, last night, arguably, was one of my worst nights ever in Street Fighter 6. But I didn't really freak out about it. I wasn't punching my controller. I wasn't swearing at the top of my lungs. I just matter-of-factly would state what happened. Well, my combo dropped, I lose. Well, he's playing the pattern he guessed correctly 4 times in a row. Because that happened many times. It's Ken. So first he guesses low attack. Okay, I blocked high or whatever. He got me. Then he guesses throw. All right, he got the throw. He guessed throw again. Okay, I didn't break it. So then I go to break the throw. Oh, now he neutral jumps, gets a 40% combo. Game over. And that's it. He guessed 4 times. all 4 guesses were correct, he wins. No risk ever in any of those 4 guesses either. That's the other thing about the top tiers. It's all reward and no risk. When I'm playing with Honda or Blanca, I'm always taking risk when I attempt to attack and do something. These top tier characters literally are safe with everything they do. They've been granted such high priority with their normals and such great recovery and frame advantage. They never are at risk. So they can do whatever they want and get away with it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you got to sit there and block for literally 20 to 30 hits before you can even try to press a button that will hit them. Okay? So, was I upset last night? Well, I was disappointed with where the game has gone, but I wasn't sitting there freaking out, ripping my shirt off, going crazy, because there's no point. There's really no point. You say, well, if you had one of your worst nights ever in Street Fighter, why weren't you freaking out? Why, because I don't really care anymore. I'm being honest. Like, now I see what the game is, and it's like, it's just either you accept it or you're fighting a losing battle. So I accept it. I accept that as I now play with Blanca and Honda at the 3, 4, 5-star diamond level, this is what the game will be. It will be endless tryhards who will always be picking the top 5 to 6 characters, playing the safe pattern, getting away with it, and getting lucky with guessing. And I have to play twice as good as they do in order to even win a round. And that's just what it's going to be moving forward. And the moment that my combo drops, and the moment that my input doesn't come out, or the wrong input comes out, right? Or in a case where I just guessed incorrectly, well, I'm done. That whole round is thrown away, and I got to move on and just try to keep playing, right? Because that's the thing. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm just going to continue to play and plug away. I want to get my Honda and my Blanca to master. I know I will get them there. Like, that's just matter of fact. I know they will get there. It's just a matter of time. And the thing is, I don't have a lot of time to invest in it right now. I just don't. I wish I had more, but now it's the fall. I just started Armored Core, right? Next week, not even a week away, we got the premiere of Starfield, which everyone wants to see. We're finishing up things like GTA 5, right? And then later on in September, we got Lies of P, we got Mortal Kombat 1. Everyone wants to see me go through all the fun narrative-based stuff in Mortal Kombat 1 and try some characters and play that online. Even though, at this point, it's pretty obvious after the one day of the beta where I got incredibly bored that I'm not going to be playing Mortal Kombat 1 at any capacity like I played Street Fighter 6. It's just not as good of a game. I'm still going to explore it, and I'm still going to cover it well. Okay? So, yeah, I will continue to play Street Fighter 6 at the capacity that I can. But understand, when you tune in to see me play Street Fighter 6, I'm going to lose a lot. I think a lot of people last night were like, why is Phil losing so much? Because this is the game now. The game has changed. It is literally people using the easy mode, high priority, try hard strategies to win online, and they think they're good when in reality they don't even understand the basics of fighting games. These are the same people who they'll hit master rank online, and then they'll go to their local tournament and they'll be out in 2 because they don't understand Street Fighter. They just play a mash pattern. They're idiots, okay? But that's how these games are online. So it's either you accept it, or you're going to sit there spinning your wheels and being upset. Why be upset, okay? So last night, I think, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. I really don't even care to bring them up. I think it was like 29 wins and 31 losses, so I think I only had like a 41% win-loss ratio. It was like the worst ratio I've ever had or something like that. I don't care. I really don't. I did gain some points. I think I'd started off at like 22,600. By the end of the night, I was around 23,000. So at the very least, I did make some progress. It wasn't like a complete waste of time. But it is what it is. And I've kind of given in and thrown in the towel to the point where I'm not going to sit here and be upset about it. I'm just going to continue to grind away. I have 2 more Street Fighter 6 streams this week. We got one Monday night. We got one Wednesday night. One will be Blanca. One will probably be Honda. And I'll just do my best and keep plugging away till we get to Master. And it's probably going to take weeks and weeks to do it. Now, once that's done, we will move on to other characters. I absolutely want to go back. I want to play with Lily, Luke, and Zangief again. And yes, maybe even try Dalsim. Because now there's a lot of Dalsim gameplay out there, a lot of high-end Dalsim gameplay that I think I could learn from if I watched a bunch of videos. So what I'd like to do is maybe try other characters and see what happens. Okay, so that's coming up. And apologies for those who liked the dominant days. Those dominant days are going to be over because I'm at the level, at least with Honda and Blanca, where that's not going to be possible. If I go back to the other characters and I end up in Platinum again, yeah, then we might have some dominant days again, but that's just what happens with the life cycle of these games. You got to understand that, okay? Okay, so all that being said, let us talk quickly about the schedule, all right? So today, it's obviously the 15th anniversary marathon. We're going to have nice, chill fun all day long, relaxed atmosphere, nice interaction, and just having a good time together. And I hope you will join me all day over on DSP Reacts once the podcast is done. It should be a great time, okay? Tomorrow, it's my regular React show, DSP versus the Internet, where we react to clips that the members have nominated. Now, I should say this, okay? Today, over on DSP Reacts, we may very well get a lot of gifted memberships. I don't know. We may or may not, because people might want to feel supportive for the 15th anniversary. If you get a gifted membership today, on DSP React, okay, you can nominate clips for tomorrow's React show, but only by the end of today, because once the marathon ends, okay, then I'm going to go over and I'm going to make the playlist for tomorrow's React show. So you're going to, if you get a gifted membership during the course of today, you might want to take a few minutes out from the marathon to go find some clips you want to watch me possibly watch on tomorrow's React show and nominate them in the thread. I'll mention this over on that channel when we're over there and we're doing the event, okay? But just throwing that out there, there may be some new people who are members who are now able to nominate clips. We might have an interesting show tomorrow, okay? So the first stream tomorrow will be DSP versus the Internet. Tomorrow night, we're continuing on with the awesome Chrono Trigger playthrough. I cannot wait to play more Chrono Trigger. I've been waiting all week. I love this game. We're in the midst of some really eventful parts of the game, so I hope you'll join me for that tomorrow, okay? Then on Monday, it is more GTA 5 anniversary run. As we're beginning now to head into the end game, I think we're only about 15 story missions away from finishing the game. And, we're heading into the big, the big final finale push. So that'll be fun on the daytime stream on Monday. Monday night will be Street Fighter 6 ranked with Blanca again. We'll see how I do. Tuesday will be my second session ever of Armor Core 6. Now, if you want to know my thoughts on Armor Core 6, number one, I talked about it last night on the Daily Wrap. Number two, I actually made a YouTube short about it. In a nutshell, I like Armor Core 6. It feels very different from other FromSoft games, but at the same time, it may just be that the pacing is different. And what I mean by that is, the first mission of Armored Core 6 is very challenging because you have a big boss and you don't really understand the gameplay mechanics yet, nor does the game really explain them that well. But once you figure it out on the fly and you beat the boss, then you get into the customization of the mech and you get to some interesting levels that are very short, but essentially teach you the basics. Then you start doing bigger stages like the giant Strider barge you have to take out. And then there's I fought a tank boss that was kind of neat, the Juggernaut. And that's where I ended it. So after 3 hours, I was like, wow, this game's not bad. But some people are saying, oh, don't worry, it's a FromSoft game. There's difficulty coming up or whatever. All I would say is, in the first 3 hours, I like it. I found it very entertaining. Funny part is, I don't think that many people are liking the playthrough. I'm just being honest. We started off, the stream was over 600 viewers. By the time we were done, we barely had 400. If you look at the views on YouTube, no one's really watching it. So I get the feeling this is a game that is not Dark Souls. People don't really care about it, which sucks because, it is FromSoft. The game looks quality. I'm enjoying it. So, of course, that must mean the game sucks, right? Because if Phil likes something, it must be a horrible thing, so no one watching, right? Well, whatever. I'm trying it, and I did enjoy it. I'm going to play it again on Tuesday, and we'll see what happens, but so far, I like it, okay? So, that's Tuesday's daytime stream. Tuesday night will be more Chrono Trigger, and then Wednesday will be more GTA 5. We might or might not beat it on a Wednesday. We'll see what happens. And then Wednesday night will be more Street Fighter 6 ranked, probably going back to Honda. And then I'm off Thursday, and Friday is the premiere of Starfield. Yes, it's official, 100%. I'm spending the extra money, and I'm going to get Starfield early, and we're going to start it on Friday, September 1st, this coming Friday. Okay? And then after that, I mean, we are full-fledged into this busy gaming season, and we'll see how it goes. Hello, Juan. Yes, I see you're saying hello many times. Hello, how's it going? Okay, so, one final thing for September. As we head into September with all of its game releases and all the busyness that will be there for the fall, we got to determine if we're going to do a special event in September or not. I don't know if we are. My ideas for a special event would either be a marathon day where we play retro games, and my ideas would either be a full run of Super Mario Bros. 3 where I try to beat the whole game in one day, or a Mega Man Classics marathon where I play like Mega Man 1 through 4 or 5 all in one day. Because those games are short. You can beat those Mega Man games. Usually, the first one and second one you could probably beat within an hour to an hour and a half each. And then after that, you know, they get a little bit longer and more challenging. But it would be fun to maybe do like a Mega Man Classics marathon, right? So anyway, that would be one idea. The other idea would be to do a long-form React event to maybe a documentary. We haven't done one of those in many months. But I guess the question would really be, what would you guys want to see? Would you want to see something new from June the King, of which he has done tons of documentaries, and I haven't really watched any in a while, so I'm not sure, you know, what you'd be interested in. Or, you know, let's think about it over September and decide. If we decide we don't want to do a special event in September, that's okay. We've got 3 other special events lined up monthly for the rest of the year. We got the Halloween marathon that we do every year. We've got the new Adpocalypse marathon. If you remember last year, this was really cool. You guys had me watching retro ads, and it was a super fun event, watching back and reacting to the retro advertisements. I had a ton of fun. I'd like to do that again this year. We could call it the Return of Adpocalypse or Adpocalypse 2.0 this year. And then, of course, Christmas. Christmas will be great. We always do a fun variety of stuff for the Christmas marathon. Usually we play a new Bethesda game every Christmas, right? And other stuff. So that should be good too. So those are coming up no matter what. So if we skip September, we skip September. But give me your opinions on that. I'd love to hear them. And that's that. All right. That is literally all I have to talk about. So you guys know about how to contribute and how to support. I've already explained. For a $100 tip, I'll take a shot. So now I think it's time to get to shout outs, shall we? Let's start with some shout outs. So we start today with a $4.99 super chat from Rodney. And he says, I've been out of the loop. Is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a game you're checking out? Sorry if you mentioned it. Absolutely not. It's one of these asymmetric survival horror games. It plays incredibly similarly to all the other ones. Much like last year when I skipped Dragon Ball The Breakers and the Ghostbusters asymmetric horror game and the Evil Dead asymmetric horror game and every other asymmetric horror game. I'm not interested in asymmetric horror games. They're fucking played out, quite frankly. I don't know why they keep making them. It's a genre that at this point, if I'm going to play one, I'll just play Dead by Daylight. And I wouldn't be surprised if people actually want me to play Dead by Daylight for Halloween. You know? Or if people want me to try out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game for Halloween. It is a Game Pass game, so I don't have to spend any money for it, you see? But I have zero desire to play the same game for the 12th time. You know? It's the same formula, so no, not too interested in it unless it's for like a special event. Okay? What are you talking about? You can always tell that people have no idea who they are or what they're saying. If someone just said, but you wouldn't play Dead by Daylight. I've played it how many times? 1,000,000 times. I played it when it was a new release on Xbox One. I played it again and played it actually longer than people wanted me to because I liked it so much. I've played it almost annually for Halloween. How would you say I don't play the game? Like, why are people so stupid? I totally would never play Dead by Daylight, guys. Never. I would never play that game that I've played 17 times already. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So thank you to Rodney for the first super chat of the day. Our first tip of the day is a $5 tip, and it actually came in before the stream even started. It is from Lady Charisma. So it's a $5 tip. Let's go ahead and play the animation. And let's see what Lady Charisma has to say. That's what Lady Charisma has to say. A big yawn. Happy 15 years. I remember the first video I ever watched from you was late into your Dragon Age 2 playthrough after a YouTuber that I had watched name dropped you and the whole Ubisoft nonsense. Crazy to think it's been that long. I still remember the first time I ever interacted with you, you played WWE All-Stars Online. Cheers to 10 more years of DSP. Thank you very much to Lady Charisma for our first contribution of the day. I also received... Okay, hold on. I received a $115 tip from Lisa Lou, who says the following. I've been a fan for many years. Happy 15th anniversary. And here is to 15 more years. All right. So thank you to Lisa Lou for a very generous $115 tip. It's amazing. It's a great way, obviously, to start our celebration today. However, I don't think Lisa Lou is here because they tipped almost an hour ago, and I don't know if they're here or not. If they're here, Lisa Lou might not be aware that today's Pick Your Poison, which means I need to know if you want me to take a shot and what shot you want me to take. Again, the options are rum, the orange liqueur, bourbon, or tequila. All right? So, I would like to hear from Lisa Lou. I guess the question is how, because I don't know if they're still here. That tip came in almost an hour ago. It was at the very beginning of the podcast when I was just starting up. So, Lisa Lou, if you're still around, all right, please let me know if you would like something and what you would like for a shot, okay? Fair enough. We'll see if I get a response. If I don't get a response, all right, then I might just maybe ask you guys, do a poll to determine what to have. All right, so let's see if we hear from Lisa Lou. If we don't hear from Lisa Lou, then I will probably do a poll to figure it out. Fair enough? So let's give it a few minutes. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So hold on, because there's something else I was going to say. Trey X Cooper has just done a super chat. Thank you to Trey X Cooper for a super chat. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Now, normally I would put on the Gunner glasses, and I will, once we actually get to the React portion of the stream. But right now, there's no point in me putting on Gunner glasses. I'm not doing gameplay. I'm not looking at a screen yet. I'm going to save them for later. I will put them on later. However, if you guys would like to vote on a hat, we could do that. What hats should we have to start today? Here, let's see. Let's do a poll. Which hat is anniversary best? The classic cowboy hat, the red fedora hat. The straw hat would look good today with this outfit. Or the Los Santos cap. Those are good starter hats. And like I said, we'll do like we usually do, where we have rewards, and then later on, if we hit bigger amounts of support, then we could do further rewards, or maybe later today you want to see me swap hats or swap vests or something like that. Okay? Okay, so here's the poll. Please vote. Now, in the meantime, I just received a $100 tip from Dan the Man. And he says, hey, Phil, what is going on, Dan the Man? It's good to have you here for the anniversary event. Thank you so much. That was very generous of you. A $100 tip from Dan the Man. All right, so that means we're up to $220 in tips. And that means, yes, there's rewards are coming. However, I will ask Dan, who's here. Dan, do you want me to take a shot? And what shot would you like to see me take? Because now you have the choice of what shot you would like. Today is the pick your poison event. So would you like rum, orange liqueur, which I haven't even tried yet, bourbon, or tequila? Let's see what he chooses. He wants the Cuervo to start. Derek, how's it going? He says happy 15th. And one of my favorite playthroughs of this to this day is still LA Noire. All right, he wants me to start with the Cuervo. Cuervo is not great, but it's also not terrible. It's kind of middle of the road tequila for me. Usually I use Cuervo for mixed drinks like a margarita. I would not really be drinking this straight. However, I have a history with Cuervo. I'm not shitting you. When I was younger, a teenager, my friends and I would drink Cuervo all the time. We would buy a handle of Cuervo like this. It didn't used to look like this. The handle of Cuervo actually used to be round with a handle. And we would actually take this onto my friend's father's boat. He had a little boat that he would take out sometimes for fishing. And we would go below deck and we would sit there playing cards, drinking tequila, having snacks, and in general just being silly. We wouldn't do dumb shit. We wouldn't go drive when we drank. When we started drinking, we'd say, no, we're staying here for the night. We would actually sleep on the boat overnight. So... anyway, is it orange flavored? No, this is the gold tequila. This is the one that has blue agave in it. Okay. No. People are asking me about the orange liqueur. I will show you. The orange liqueur is called Grande Garonne. It is 40%. It says right there, 40%. Oh, you can't see it. 40% alcoholic volume. It's good quality. This is not the shit. I told you. Remember I said I needed to get blue curacao for the drink? And the guy said, don't get that. That's watered down. If you're going to get, that, just get real orange liqueur. That's pure strength. And then add blue food coloring to it. So that's what I did. This is good shit. This is 40%. So, okay. Anyway. All right. So the first shot of the day will be some tequila. Shout out to DSPGaming, who just did a 4-month re-upping of their memberships. Says congrats on 15 years. Thank you to DSPGaming. I appreciate that. Okay. Just to remind you guys, this is a double shot glass. I have to fill it about halfway. Actually, I went a little bit more than halfway, so there you go. It's a little bit more than a regular shot right there. Kagome, I will see you on the other channel. Sounds good. Okay. My first shot of the day. Here we go. Cuervo's okay. It's just okay. I definitely have had way better tequilas over the years. Cuervo's just kind of like, it's all right. It doesn't have enough of an agave taste. Agave is the cactus. I like tequila that has like a really strong agave taste because it's just unique. It has this like weird plantish taste to it that's so unique. I can't even tell you it tastes like anything else because it really doesn't. So, I like tequila that has like a flavoring to it. Like I used to have this one that has more of a caramel flavor to it that I like, or the agave. Cuervo's just kind of like, it's not terrible, but it doesn't really particularly lean towards any flavor. You know what I mean? Jade says, happy 15th. I first saw you playing Batman, Arkham Asylum, and Ghostbusters. Very nice. Thank you, Jade. Glad to have you here. I'm glad a lot of people are showing up. We have over 500 people in climbing. Keep in mind, guys, when the podcast is over, we're taking this party to DSP Reacts for the whole day. Okay, we're not staying here. This is just for the podcast intro. And then we're going to head over there and have a good time. All right? Shout out to... Hold on. Well, this is interesting. Someone tipped $1.41. Said, what about doing a tips goal? If it's met, your chat votes on decisions and dialogue options in Starfield. That stupid fruit fly is still in here. It just buzzed me. That dang fruit fly just flew right at me again. It's still in here somehow. Anyway, here's the thing about that. The reason I've never done anything like that is because when you're doing a first-time honest playthrough of a game, especially a game that's going to be like a lengthy RPG, you definitely want to feel like your decisions are meaningful and have weight. And for me anyway, if you guys don't know, whenever I play a game like Fallout or whatever, I don't save scum it. Whenever I do in those games, sticks for me. Those are decisions that stick and you must live with them. If I have a playthrough where I'm allowing the viewers to just vote on every decision, number one, the playthrough would take 400 hours. Because every time there's a critical decision, they'd be making it, and you have to do a poll, and it takes forever. That's number one. Number two, you'd have a situation where there really isn't a meaningful playthrough. Because none of my decisions were my own. They were just crowd-made decisions. It would be like YouTube plays Starfield rather than Phil plays Starfield. And I think a lot of people want to see me play the game and give my honest choices and reactions to it. If we were to do like a second run of Starfield, then maybe something like that would make sense. But I don't feel like for a first run that makes much sense. Does that make sense, I hope? I don't want to discredit your idea. I'm not saying your idea has no valid merit. It does. I just think that for my first playthrough, I want it to be an honest, my kind of choices run before we get to anything where other people would have influence. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Apollo re-upped their membership for 7 months. Says big ups to you, Phil, for many more years to come. Thank you so much. Golden Nobles did a super chat. Says cheers, happy 15 years. Thank you to Golden Nobles. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, continuing on. I received an $8 tip from Radical Jaws. He says, I thought that it would be a good idea to bring back the Magic 8 Ball today. So let's first of all play the Magic 8 Ball animation for Radical Jaws. Here we go. All right. So, Radical Jaws asks the Magic 8 Ball the following. You ready? He says, does the Magic 8 Ball think I will regret trying to one-trick Zangief and his big hairy chest in ranked or not? Just call the Magic 8 Ball Radical Jaws' weird questions. Okay. So, will he regret trying to one-trick Zangief? I don't even know what that means. But let's find out. Will Radical Jaws regret it? The answer is, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you will regret it. Anything to do with Zangief, unless you're playing Classic Street Fighter or Super Street Fighter 4, is a mistake. They just progressively make Zangief worse in every single game he's ever been in. I don't know why. It's kind of also like Vega. Ever since Super Turbo, they refuse to make Vega good in any game. Anyway, thank you very much for that tip, Radical Jaws. Also, I received a $2 tip from Bleached Taint. Have a fantastic 15-year anniversary. Here's to 15 more filthy years with the word Phil spelled like my name. Get it? Filthy. All right, thank you for a $2 tip there. In the meantime, you guys have been voting, and you voted for the cowboy hat. So allow me to get the cowboy hat. Now, I have an honest question for you guys. Do you want a vest on this? Like this shirt, obviously it's different. It's not like when I was wearing t-shirts and stuff. To wear a vest over this shirt, it's already a large shirt. It's going to look really weird. I don't know if you guys really want a vest today or not. I mean, maybe we could poll, do you really want a vest for now? Or do you just like it without the vest because you like the shirt? I love this shirt. I actually wore this shirt on purpose today. Out of all the new shirts, this is probably tied for the comfiest. This one and the original one that I wore for the digital summer party, which was kind of like, it's like tropical white and stuff. Those are my two favorite shirts. So let me get my cowboy hat first of all, and then we'll see what you guys want. Cowboy hat works nicely. No matter what I wear, the cowboy hat goes. Seriously. Wow, most people are saying no vest. No vest, enjoy the party. No vest, keep on the party atmosphere, the party shirt, people are saying. All right, good. Well, I'm glad that you guys feel that way. Maybe, how about this? Maybe later we'll put on the vest. But at least allow me to like get through the intro segment over on DSP Reacts and all of that before we, you know what I mean? Like, let's get to the meat of the event, and then maybe I'll put on a vest later. Put a vest on the chair. I could put a vest on the chair. You want to do that? I could put a vest behind me on the chair. That would work fine. We could try that. Or I could wear one later. It's up to you. Derek really wants the beige vest to celebrate the original vest ever. There you go. I told you guys I'm going to wear glasses when we get to the react portion of the show later. Right now I'm not looking at a TV. I don't need to wear Gunner glasses. I'll wear them later. Okay? Okay. Shia, thank you for 27 months. Shia says, happy 15 years, Phil. 27 months as a member. Radical Jaws just did a super chat. One trick means I'm going to only play that character in ranked. Oh, gotcha. So you're just going to stick with them and only play them in ranked for a while? Oh, boy. Good luck with that. Like, eventually I feel like I will play Zangief in ranked on PS5, and I know it's going to be an arduous, insanely difficult chore and a pain in the ass. I just know it. He's just not a good character in Street Fighter 6. Okay. CJ, good to see you. I get the feeling what'll happen is a lot of people will be stopping by just to say hello, happy anniversary, and then they're going to take off. And that's fine. If you can't be here all day, it's good to just see people, you know, coming by and supporting and saying hello. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. How about that? There you go. You got the vest behind me. There we are. I'm going to try to make it even. There we go. So now we got a vest on the chair. The chair has been vested with the original beige vest. Look at that. Thank you, Drunken Weasels. Happy 15. Demolition Derby re-upping their membership saying happy 15. Thank you all. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Derek, I'm in one playlist. Members first. Standard nomination second. I did have to eliminate quite a lot of them, dependent on music and things like that. There's not much you can do about that. But I think I have overall like 40-something nominations for today, which should be a great amount to go through. And we're just going to play it from there. What I'm actually going to do at the same time that I play them, I'm going to open up the descriptions on the screen here so I can see what people are saying is the funny moment or the timestamp that I should go to. So that way we're not just watching a 10-minute clip waiting for the moment people want. Although it's fascinating, a lot of these we might want to watch a bunch of the gameplay because some of these playthroughs are so old that it'll be fun just to watch some of the retro style stuff that I've done over the years, you know. Good morning, Tyler. Thank you, Willis. A happy 15. Horatio says, where do you think you'll be 15 years from now? Hopefully I'll still be here. Hopefully I'll be happy, loving what I'm doing. You know, hopefully I'll be in, you know, a little bit different, better position depending on what happens with gaming and technology in the next 15 years. But I would very much love to still be a YouTuber with you guys streaming every day and putting out fun content. Now, in 15 years, will I be doing exactly the same content? Probably not. We all know that these things change over time and evolve, right? We all know that. So, you know, maybe we have to, you know, continuously change up what I'm doing or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there'll be more YouTube channels involved. Maybe there'll be more variety of content involved. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see together, okay? By the way, I'm going to go just rinse out this shot glass. Give me a second because now there's like tequila residue and I want to get it clean for another shot. Open the door if we want to see you today. So, In honor of the anniversary, I've opened the door. I want to see if Jasper will come in and say hello to everybody. I don't know if he will or not. I just opened the door. Obviously, you guys want to see Jasper a little bit today, right? I mean, he's been very much been a part of the streams for about 4 years now, right? Right, Jasper Kitty? Here he is. He can jump on the chair. Jump up on the chair. I don't know if he will now because now I put the vest on the chair, so now I don't know if he'll jump on the chair, actually. You guys want to see him? Jasper, come here. Everyone wants to see you. Oh, he's squiggling away. He won't let me pick him up. Jasper, you're not going to let me pick you up. Really? He won't let me. Now he wants to investigate the floor instead of being on camera. I think he might be apprehensive about jumping on the chair because I put the vest on the chair. Like you guys wanted, and now he's like, eh. He looked at the chair. He's like, what's that? Jasper says you can look, but you can't touch. No, he lets me pet him. He just didn't want me to pick him up. He squiggled out of my arms. Now he's sniffing the liquor bottles. He's like, what's this? Jasper, I want you to come on camera. Come over here. Here he is. Here's the Jasper Kitty. There he is. Jasper, my boy. The Jasper boy. Oh, he's wiggling. He's squiggling. He's like, no, let me down. There you go. He's not grumpy. He's in a good mood. It's just this stuff's a little weird today. You know, I got bottles all over the floor. I got a vest behind me. He's like, what is this? Why is this so different than usual? Don't worry, Jasper. This week coming up, we'll get back to normal schedule, and you'll be able to come in here for a couple of days, okay? I know it's been weird the last couple of weeks. My schedule's been weird and everything. All right, you'll be able to join us on stream. Huh. You gonna jump up? No, he's staring at me. He won't come up. Come up. Come up here. You like to come up usually. Now he won't come up here. See? He's freaked out. I'm telling you, he's freaked out that the vest is on the chair. Here he comes. Okay. He's surprised by my hat? No, he's seen me wear hats all the time. He's not surprised by that. That's right. Derek says the last retrospective that we did was February 2021. So it has been over 2.5 years since we did a retrospective. So today should be a good one since we haven't done one in so long. No, Jasper, don't attack my seltzer bottle. No, this is his collar. As soon as did you just put the bow tie on him for today? No, that's his collar. His collar has that tie. He wears that all the time. Good afternoon, Usagi Jojo. Thank you. They said happy 15th. Thank you so much. Jasper hunts fruit flies. He does. Jasper hunts all the gnats and flies and things that are in our house. But we just have one or two like elusive fruit flies. We were trying to clean up the remnants from a couple weeks ago, and there's still a couple in the house. So like, damn, where are they hiding? Because we don't see them, then all of a sudden they buzz you. You're like, what the hell? The thing is, if you don't see them all day and then they buzz you once in a while, that's not bad. If you're seeing them all the time, that's a problem. Silly kitty. Well, you guys got your fill of Jasper, which is good. I'm glad that he got to join us before we got started today, right? Yeah. What do you guys think for this year for the Adpocalypse event we're going to do around Black Friday? What do you guys think we should do? Anything special? Should we limit the ads that are submitted to a certain time period? Or, you know, last year was very special, but it was the first one we ever did, so it was cool because it was like open. I don't know if we should just do open submissions again, or we should do more themed submissions this year. It was really good last year. I had a great time with it. Squish his cheeks? You want me to squish Jasper's cheeks? I would pet him like this. Like this. But I'm not going to squish his face. I should shred a VHS tape live on stream. What? Jade would love some 90s ads. It's Jasper. What are you doing? What a nut. He really wants rubs today. Look, he wants loves and rubs. Thank you to Amon for a super chat. No, I have not noticed that. That is absolutely ridiculous, but thank you for the super chat. Okay. Nico, thank you for the super chat. He says, any Street Fighter 6 today? I want to see Luke's road to master. As I said, what we're going to do, once we finish the podcast, we're going to go over, I'm going to do like an hour of talking about my history as a YouTuber. A little bit about my story, kind of a summary for anyone who maybe hasn't been around for the last 15 years. And then we're going to react to the clips that people have submitted. All right, Jasper, you ready to go? Oh, stop kicking me. How dare you? Kicks me viciously. We're going to watch the stuff that people submitted for the retrospective. Now, dependent on time constraints, that's going to determine what we do. I mean, you know, will we have enough to fill the entire event just with the clips? Or will we want to do variety? Maybe we will do a little bit of Street Fighter by the end of the stream. I don't know. That's up to you. Really, like I said, this is a laid-back party atmosphere today. We have no limitations. We have no, you know what I mean? Like, we're not, oh my God, we have to do this segment at this point, and this point, and this point. We do it ever. It's a chill day, right? So we treat it like that, as a chill, interactive day, and whatever you guys want, we do. So if later on you guys want some Street Fighter, we could do some Street Fighter. I'm okay with that. It's your call, okay? No, I know nothing about Asmongold drama, nor do I care. As you know, I am not a drama dude. I don't give two shits about drama on the internet. I really don't. So you're barking up the wrong tree if you think I give two craps about drama and other YouTubers. I don't. You really come to the wrong place. Who cares? Will I be plating Taco Bell today? Absolutely not. My wife will be making absolutely delicious food today. We're not eating shitty Taco Bell. Okay. So, anything else you guys would like to talk about? Or any questions to get out of the way? Or should we adjourn with the podcast and then move over to DSP Reacts and get the real show started, right? What do you guys think? I'm down for whatever. You got any more things you want to talk about? Or shall we head over there? What do you think? Will I invite a DoorDash driver to do an interview on stream? Well, I'm not ordering DoorDash, so no. No. No, I did not like the game called The Quarry. I actually thought it was the worst outing from the studio that made it. I forgot what the same studio that made it Until Dawn and everything, right? I forget what they're called. I thought it was terrible. Ghost of Jade, thank you for 27 months of support. He says, do you plan on interacting with other streamers? No. Why would I interact with other streamers? In what capacity are you talking about? Street Fighter players want nothing to do with me. I've laid out a public challenge to everyone out there that if they wanted to play me. People have gone to other, Street Fighter player streams and said, would you play Dark Side Phil? No one wants to play me. So apparently that's off the table. Everyone, they don't want to deal with it because they think they're going to get harassed or whatever by my haters. I don't blame them. So apparently that's off the table. Outside of that, anyone who I basically tried to have positive interaction with has turned into a shithead. So, no, I don't have any desire to do any kind of interaction with another streamer. I have more than enough stuff that I can do by myself. It's hilarious that there's people who actually don't understand that. Like, oh, he just does stuff for himself. Yeah, because I can. Because I'm self-sufficient. I have enough talent and enough entertainment value that I can just sit here and do stuff all day, every day by myself, and it's enough to support a business. While others are constantly looking for collaborations and crossovers because they're stagnant, I'm not. So I don't need to do that, which is a good thing. I haven't done any anniversary events. Someone's just saying, well, what did you do for your previous anniversary events? We did nothing. Literally nothing. I've not once done an anniversary event. This is the first one I'm ever doing in my entire history as a YouTuber. I didn't do 5 years, 10 years, nothing. This is the first time I'm doing anything. Jade says that his video was a MK9. There was a few different MK9 videos that were submitted. There's one that's definitely in there. But what's funny, I was watching it, and I really don't know what was funny about it. I think it'll be fascinating just to see MK9. Did you know when MK9 came out, it wasn't called MK9? It was just Mortal Kombat. because that was supposed to be the franchise reboot. So they called it Mortal Kombat. But then all of a sudden, when the next one came out, it was Mortal Kombat 10. It's like, wait, what? So are you saying the last one was 9? Because we thought it was Mortal Kombat 1, because you called it Mortal Kombat. But now you're doing Mortal Kombat 1 again. So it's like, what? It's kind of like with the Xbox. You had original Xbox, Xbox One, and now you don't know what's what, right? Okay. No, I've never had a pet fish. Maybe someday, though. Thank you, Email. Email says, thank you, Phil, for all the great content that you give every day. Hope for 50 more years. Thank you, Email. Very nice, kind words. I appreciate the kind words. Scallop Potato says you already watched the videos people submitted to look for the best parts. I went through them yesterday. I put them into a playlist. And what I've done is I have the thread. And what I need to do today is when we're watching the clips, bring up the thread. Because a lot of the threads will say, go to 6 minutes. And this is the moment that's the best moment in the whole clip. So we might just watch portions of each one, but then actually go to the recommended moments that people think are the best moments in them. You see? We'll have to see how we do it here. Yes, Jasper has a name tag. Of course, all cats should have one. Turtle Dude, I've heard a lot of things about Liza P. I know. It's on Game Pass, so I'm going to check it out because it's on Game Pass. I'm going to give it a look, even if I don't like it. I'll be trying Lies of P, but only because it's on Game Pass, and I don't know if I'll play the whole game, but we're going to try it. What? Sarah says, do you get sad doing a retrospective and wondering what could have been? No. The only way you would ever be sad doing a retrospective is if you, like, totally hate where you are now. Like, right now, for example, let's say I was depressed. I didn't like who I was as a person, as a content creator. I was very sad. Then maybe reminiscing about the good old days might make me sad. But no, I couldn't be further from the truth. My life today is much better than it ever was previously. I have more fun. I feel like I'm making more meaningful content. I love who I am and what I do today way more than myself of the past and my content of the past. So why on earth would a retrospective make me sad? No. It's nice to laugh and look back at the past and things, you know, but at the same time, absolutely not. I'm not saddened by any retrospective I've ever done. Nope. Shout out to Emil, who just dropped a 5-member bomb on the channel. And congratulations to those of you who just got those memberships, including Scallop Potatoes, Carlos Nieves, Michaela, Sergeant Barnes, and HWT. Congrats to all of you on getting those memberships. And thank you, Emil, for supporting the channel. What's funny is I told you guys I thought we would do a short podcast, and now here we are doing a normal length one. You're welcome. Your Reflection has re-upped their membership and says, thanks for all the entertainment you give us. You're very welcome. Thanks for watching all the content that I put out. I appreciate that. Carlos, good to have you here. He's just stopping by to say happy 15 years. Here's to 15 more. Thank you very much. Yeah, Derek, I'm going to talk about that. It's one of the first things we're going to talk about when we actually start the event over on DSP Reacts. That first hour, I'm going to talk about the early days of being a YouTuber and the fact that it was never intended that I wanted to be a YouTuber. And originally it was just kind of a silly thing to do as a hobby or just a one-off thing. And then it turned into something very different. Okay. What generation Italian am I? My grandfather actually, when he was a child, came over as an immigrant from Italy. So I would be, what is that considered? Third generation? Really? Monster Burger says the #1 Billboard track 15 years ago was Disturbia by Rihanna. There you go. I've literally never heard it. Don't even know what that is. So there you go. Never heard the song. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready to end the show? Any last minute questions or contributions or anything to shout out before we swap over? And that way when we get over there, first segment will be me talking about my history as a YouTuber. And I'm going to make a special drink. Like I said, I'm going to go downstairs. In the meantime, make a special drink that's supposed to be like a space-themed drink to have during that segment. And then we'll go from there. Favorite Rockstar game? I don't know. I want to stop and ask me a question about what's my favorite. Stop that right now. This is not Phil's ranking tier maker event. It's not. Let's not do that. No asking me what's my favorite stuff. Jade says, I'd love to see you for your 25th anniversary. Me too. That'd be awesome. Michaela, thank you. Michaela says, I just wanted to stop by, say happy 15th. I have to go and run errands. Have fun. Thank you. Kudo just did a super chat. Says, even though I haven't been a consistent viewer, I just want to let you know that your playthroughs and vlogs are always a source of comfort. So thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Nice, kind words and support. I appreciate that. Why does my leg shake so much lately? Actually, my leg has always shaken a lot. I've always had, I don't know if it's officially restless leg syndrome. I've never had it diagnosed, but I've always had this going my whole life. My leg, I always have like a leg shaking or something. It's very hard for me to sit completely still. It really is. Is the stream buffering? Not on my end, but doesn't mean nothing. It could be buffering on YouTube's end. Okay. Last chance. If anyone has a question or something to talk about, if not, we're going to wrap this up. And we're going to move the party over to DSP Reacts. I'm going to make my space-themed drink. Okay? How's the weather? Hot. It's going to be 85 to 87 degrees outside today. So I will absolutely need this air conditioner bumping. In fact, because I have the door open, it's actually warmer in here. So once Jasper gets out of here, while I switch channels, I will close the door and have the air conditioner pumping all day long. Excuse me. Tito Man says, I'm glad you archive your streams on YouTube. When I'm bored, I will watch the old games you've played. Of course. It's the whole point is that I have a live audience and I have an on-demand audience. I'm well aware of that, and I've always been a proponent of that. Remember, it's the on-demand viewers that made me who I am today back in the day. I would never abandon them. Battleduck says, if anything, today should be interesting to remember during your 40th YouTube anniversary. There you go. Lemur King, I never said that I'm not going to continue with Armored Core. I liked the first stream of Armored Core 6. Why would I not play it again? I actually had a good time with it, so. No, I've never visited Mount St. Helens. My aunt lived here when Mount St. Helens erupted, and she actually collected dust from it and everything, and gave it out to souvenirs to the family and stuff. Pretty weird. But no, I've never been to Mount St. Helens. As I've already stated, Baldur's Gate 3 is a possibility for the future, but no time soon. That kind of game would never, ever work during the fall gaming season when I have to juggle so many games at once, being a lengthy RPG that needs dedication and time put into it and focus. You know, essentially I see it as me trying to play Divinity right now, which would not work during this season, you see? Overpowered Boone, I did see your suggestion. So Overpowered Boone made a suggestion. He says, instead of doing this, which says last super chat, and giving credit to the last super chatter, instead I should change this to say last YT, which I don't know, it sounds a little confusing, but it means last YouTuber or last YouTube. And essentially what that means is give a shout out to whoever the last contribution was through YouTube. So if someone gifted memberships, put their name there. If someone super chatted, put their name there. See? We could do that, but all that means is that I'm going to have to change the name even more often. And I don't know if people will get confused. They're like, well, wait a minute. Is that a super chat? Did someone gift a membership? What is that down there? Right? I don't know. It might work. It might not. I throw that idea out there for people to consider. Let me know what you think. I received $7.04. So, someone says, from hardcore fans Rob, Keith, and Ryan, congrats on 15 years. Thank you so much. Nice, positive, generous contribution and positive words. I appreciate that. Thanks to all of you for watching and supporting. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Why not do just biggest super chat? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Reason number one, I don't do biggest super chat is because super chats come in at different denominations. They can come in dollars, they can come in pounds, they can come in euros, they can come in other foreign currencies that I don't even recognize. So unless we have a clearly definitive lead, I don't know who the biggest super chatter is. For example, today we have about 26 bucks in super chats. I couldn't even tell you who the top super chatter is because we've got, I believe, 3 different denominations came in already. So I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you. That's really the major reason. The other thing is, obviously, if it's the latest super chatter that gets attention, right, that lends itself a little bit more to having people get more recognition for the super chats through YouTube. So, no, I wish. You're right. Currency conversion is not a thing on YouTube. They won't convert them. They won't. YouTube does not convert the currency to tell you what it is in any currency. And I'm not going to sit here with a calculator and be calculating every super chat on the fly to figure out what the biggest one is. That's stupid. I'm not an accountant, So I'm not doing that on a gameplay stream. That is wrong. YouTube does not tell you. I don't care what you say. YouTube does not tell you. Someone who live streams on YouTube all day, every day, YouTube does not tell you. They don't currency convert for you. Okay. All right, guys. I think it is time to adjourn with the Level 1 podcast. It's sure been a good one, a chill one. Thank you to everyone relaxing, everyone interacting, everyone who supported. And let's end the show. We're going to continue this party over on DSP Reacts all day long. I cannot wait to chill with all of you and go down memory lane for the 15th anniversary special. So if you can head over there with me today, please do. If you happen to be watching this on demand on YouTube, thanks for 15 awesome years. You know what's funny? I'll just say this before we adjourn. When I first moved out here 9 years ago to Washington State, one of the big things that I said I wanted to do was a daily show where I did news and other topics, and it was a big goal for me. I said, wow, now that I have more areas to film, I even wanted to get like a news desk and a green screen, and I would dress up and I would look like I was actually a newscaster, and I would do the news, right? And for various different reasons, this just never happened. Never, okay? And then all of a sudden, it was a couple months ago, and I was sitting here talking with you guys, and I was like, oh, I actually do that now. And I just never realized it. The Level 1 podcast is the culmination of what I wanted to do by changing my format and moving across the country to a place where I felt I had more space and more opportunity to do more things. This show is where I talk all about my own content. I talk about the gaming landscape. We talk about news and other interesting topics. We interact. We have a good time. This is what I always wanted to do. It was ultimately one of the things that I wanted to set up. This setup I have behind me never would have been possible with what I had in Connecticut. That having a giant living room the filming, there was not enough space. I couldn't set it up right. This wouldn't have ever looked as good. I wouldn't have been able to do this show. The fact that I came out here now to a place with, better internet and a better filming situation. I've upgraded all my equipment. In the last year, essentially year and a half that I've had this podcast, I'm now doing all those things that I originally set out to do. And the funny part is, I didn't even realize it. It just hit me out of nowhere like 2 months ago. I was like, I'm doing all that stuff now. It's just funny because I never intended to do it, or I never really realized I was setting it up. And now I'm doing it. So I got news and topics and all this stuff, and we have a great time. I like the fact that there's people who come to watch this show and enjoy it as much as those who come to watch my video game content. Okay? So thanks to those of you who are the regulars of the Level 1 podcast. I enjoy chilling with you every single day. We have a great time together. I love hanging out and having fun and just relaxing and talking and, discussing all the news and everything going on. It's a really good time. And thank you for all of that. Thanks for that opportunity for those who are here every single day. It just kind of happened and fell into place. It was funny because originally I got this big green screen and everything, and none of that ever worked out. But now here we are every day doing what I had originally intended anyway, and that's a good thing. So thank you all. Thanks for watching the Level 1 podcast. Until tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. A new day of content and fun. But today is about reminiscing and celebrating the past. So let's do that over on DSP Reacts for those who are heading over with me. I hope to see you over there. But for those watching this on demand, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.